Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. The give to Elliott. Gets around him. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Really nice pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and short, and you figure, let's go ahead and run it again. But, boy, that outcome leaves you in a difficult 3rd down, doesn't it?
Didn't stand a chance from the start. You could tell they were going in the wrong direction. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a J. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the Rams getting set to go now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, but they face a second and long to start things out.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
The give is to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A first down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This is Ajayi, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Now it's Ajayi. And some room to maneuver. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. To throw is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
6.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hot. Hot.
10th carry now for Elliott. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Detroit! Detroit! 4 down. Set! Green, 39! Green!
On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I got you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. They run with a giant. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambeau will put this one through. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. This will be fielded at the 6. A little juke. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Room to run inside the 40. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Garoppolo on 1st down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed, he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
Wait. Check 43.
They'll try and run it with Ajayi. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit! Hot!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Ajayi. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Gone, 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 gone. Detroit, Detroit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Nelson Aguilar, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. No problem there on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. Third down here.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire. An
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. C.J. Anderson, 30, 10, for touchdown, L.A. C.J. Wilson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Philadelphia. Ready to get going on offense again. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looks to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, got three.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Back now in Los Angeles. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Watch him now, Barney!
And they let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They give it to Anderson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll run it here. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Wait.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Go ahead. 11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. start the drive with Anderson. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, 24 yards. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. Eight.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Ajayi with the benefit of a full training camp behind him, excelling in this Eagle backfield as they come up on first down. Garoppolo looking to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
13.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And who else to make the big play to seal this victory but Richard Sherman?
He does have an exquisite sense of timing, doesn't he? He loves the spotlight, loves the big stage, really feels no pressure when there's a big play that needs to happen, and he just did another one right there. Remember when he knocked one away to seal an NFC Championship game against San Francisco?
Yeah.
And that was really kind of the big arrival on stage for the rest of the world was that play in that game for Richard Sherman.
They run again with a J. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That game
Hey, welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the NFL and Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Madden Elites and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll talk to you again at halftime, but for the call of this one, let's send it out to our EA Sports broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
And now the Falcons on a 1st and 10, getting ready to go on offense.
By 90, by 20.
Back to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. He's back to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Open space inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time.
Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing.